Rip it, stick it, done. A 30-yard roll is just $7.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Amy Doyle reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Labor Day celebrations around the UP. Tonight, how Delta County residents came together to recognize laborers and union workers. Plus, some young builders get to see their work on display. Who constructed these farmers market stands in Negaunee? And a car parade over the weekend for a young girl headed into surgery. How you can help her family with medical expenses. Your 19 News starts right now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
We continued our very hot weekend on this Labor Day. Ariane, when will we be cooling back down?
Oh, friend, not till midweek. We've got another scorcher tomorrow. Tonight, those temperatures going to feel like day temps, 60 to about 75 degrees, and then we'll expect to hit up in those 90s tomorrow. Also, we do have this elevated fire weather for the far west portion of the UP this evening, Gogebic and Ontonagon counties. Today, we broke a record. 95 was that temperature out at the National Weather Service. I know, right? Really hot out there, and that is going to be the trend this week, especially here in Marquette, except we are going to be going down is what I should say. I've got your 7-day outlook on the way.
Thank you very much, Ariane. All of Delta County came together today to celebrate Labor Day in Escanaba. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has a look at the festivities.
People lined Ludington Street and filled the municipal park for Escanaba's annual Labor Day celebration, the third of its kind hosted by Delta County Trades and Labor.
Years ago, folks started a charity fund, which in turn goes back to scholarship funds for the kids in the high school. Also, throughout the course of the year, we donate money back to our community. So all monies that we receive from Labor Day events go right back into our community. It's not a dime spent anywhere else but our community.
Crowds enjoyed food and drinks, activities for kids, and live music throughout the day. But for people like the members of Ironworkers Local 8, Labor Day is more than just a day off.
Ironworkers Union specifically was started by a death benefit, accident on the job, taking the lives of members and guys putting money together, take care of the widow.
The union has continued to advocate for its workers and their families for more than 100 years, through all of the changes and hardships the industry has experienced.
There's a worker shortage. We have a lot of young folks, less skills. Jobs are still dangerous. I think it's important to recognize that there's still value in safety and health benefits, financial backing, security for retirement.
That's why Delta County Trades and Labor says it's as crucial as ever to recognize the importance of Labor Day.
The reason I celebrate, and I think the reason other people celebrate, is organized labor. Just a fun-filled day to remember our past, present, and future brothers and sisters in our organizations and all the trades.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
A few Marquette County communities held a Labor Day parade in Negaunee as well. Many unions were represented, like Sheet Metal Local 7 and Local 906, all to honor those who work in the labor force. From working in construction to those working in the mine, labor workers are given recognition for the effort they put into their jobs. Many of those laborers say this parade helps them to remember how supportive the UP community is.
It's nice. It's nice to just take one day a year and just look back at kind of the progression that things took to get us to where we are today. The people that kind of fought, struggled, and died along the way to make this happen for us is pretty amazing.
Coming up tonight at 11, hear from more community members and what they think is special about Labor Day. Also today, the Upper Peninsula Building Trades Summer Camp was getting some recognition. 2 farmers market stands built by the Building Trades Summer Camp students were dedicated today and given to the city of Negaunee. The students who worked on them can now drive by Jackson Mine Park and see their work every day. The students say they're proud to have their projects on display, and city leaders say they can't wait to use them.
Right, they had a part in the community and just the overall, the teamwork and everybody just being in there hanging out together.
We might use it during Tinseltown potentially, but primarily the function in mind was to use them for the farmers market. So they may be tied up a little bit here and there depending on the circumstance with those.
The city says they do plan to use those stands in various ways in the future. A Marquette Hospitality House held a fundraiser this weekend that gave donors a chance to win big too. WZMQ's Scott Minshaw has more on the event that's helping the Mariucci Family Beacon House support those it serves.
Since the opening of the new Beacon House, over 4,000 people have spent the night. The home provides a ray of sunshine in what is often the worst day of someone's life. Half the guests are there to support a loved one in a life-threatening situation, and the other half are receiving medical treatment themselves.
Many of those say they would not have received the treatment if they didn't have this safe, affordable place to stay.
Sunday was a day of celebration for the Beacon House, a chance to reflect on the hard work of the staff and the life-changing work they are doing.
They really just go above and beyond for the community in helping when you're stressed out and don't have time to maybe think about those things. They're there to take care of that and relax everybody.
But as with all good celebrations, the party had gifts. They came in the form of $100 raffle tickets, 250 of them to be exact. The Beacon House was able to sell every single one, raising a total of $25,000. The money will go directly towards providing fresh food to guests of the Beacon House.
You know, when people come to your house, where do they end up? In the kitchen, and that's where so much love is shared.
The raffle tickets came with the chance to win big. Thanks to Enbridge, one of the Beacon House's biggest sponsors, someone was going to walk away with $5,000. But if you spoke to anyone who purchased a raffle ticket or who was at the celebration, even those who didn't take home the grand prize walked away a winner.
So nobody's a loser here. The Beacon House is winning, and that's what we're all about.
Scott Minshaw, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
Thank you.
A 2-year-old Dickinson County girl and her family are preparing to head to the Children's Hospital in Milwaukee for surgery this week. Westlyn was born with paralyzed vocal cords and needs surgery to repair it. Her family organized a parade in Kingsford over the weekend. Dozens of vehicles participated, including local police and firefighters. Westlyn's mom says she requires an in-home nurse for care, but due to the lack of available services, she's had to do it on her own.
A lot of upkeep. Most trach families have a nurse, in-home nurse, but we never have had one. There's none available in the UP. There's a very limited selection for pediatrics, let alone like in-home nursing in a whole. So we've never had in-home nursing. It's just been me mainly that handles it all.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more on how you can help Westlyn's family during her surgery. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break, as well as Life in the 906. Jim Koski is here to tell us about the most famous person to ever come from the UP. He has the scoop in about 15 minutes. And later, a triathlon event returns in Dickinson County. A recap of the weekend in Iron Mountain, including what the winners had to say. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
Since the 15th century, Antwerp, Belgium has been the city for diamonds. Erickson Jewelers is going overseas to this diamond capital soon to handpick directly from a sparkling selection unlike any in the world. Tell us what you're looking for and we'll use our connections to personally find it in Antwerp's famous diamond district. This is a special opportunity that allows us to negotiate the best options and value for you. Find out how Erickson Jewelers can bring home your one-of-a-kind Antwerp diamond.
Our story's just begun. Why did you want to share your story? Water up this high? How would you describe the heart of the people from Lahaina? So strong.
I'm a very curious person. I wake up every morning asking what's happening in the world, why is this happening, and how do we answer that question on the CBS Evening News.
Escanaba and Delta County, home to beautiful beaches, Lake Michigan, lighthouses, pretty parks, and great people. It's why so many are proud to say, this is home. I'm Lily Simmons. I'll show you what's happening here every day.
in your schools, your communities, and businesses, sharing what makes this area so special.
Lily Simmons reports from Delta County, weeknights at 6 and 11, only on WZMQ 19 News. Whenever you need us, WZMQ 19 News is just a click away. Watch the latest 19 News anytime on the free WZMQ 19 News app. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Ooh, we got some hot temps out there, especially over in the west here. Still in the 90s. We're dropping down a little bit over in the east, though. Our lows this evening, not much difference. We'll be in that 65 to 75 degree range, so another very warm evening. Make sure you've got your fans all set up in the windows. We've got a cool down coming midweek. Tomorrow we'll expect partly to mostly sunny skies. We could see some showers starting in the afternoon, and then in the evening those temperatures still, though, very hot out there. This evening, though, we'll expect mostly clear skies, maybe some gusts up to 25 miles an hour. Taking a look, though, we do have, besides that elevated fire weather in the west portion of the UP, we also have some burn restrictions across the entire UP. So if you're in any of the brown counties, there's absolutely no open debris burning. So just hold off on that. Taking a look at our comfort index. Friends, we're going to hang out in this green box, hot and humid on our Tuesday. We are nowhere near that ideal zone, unfortunately, but it will be returning just for a brief bit, most likely on Wednesday. So those gusts I mentioned, we'll expect them to be a little bit breezy this evening. And then when your students are heading out to school, it could be a little bit gusty out there for them waiting for the bus. And as they end their school day, maybe you're heading home from work, could see some more gusts again, most of them up to about 25 miles an hour. And then we do have that fire alert for the west portion, as well as a lot of Wisconsin and Minnesota right now. We've got those south winds up to 25 miles an hour, and that's going to be until this evening around 8 o'clock Eastern time. So as I mentioned, we've got very dry conditions, hence the fire weather concerns here in the UP as well as the lower peninsula. But right now, taking a look at the radar, no blips of any rain at the moment, but that should be changing. So we'll expect mostly clear skies this evening. Tomorrow, some clouds pushing in. We'll see increasing clouds, and as you can see, some brief sprinkles there along Lake Michigan in the east portion. Around 8 o'clock, though, in the evening Eastern time, we'll see some showers pushing in, getting a little bit heavier around 10 and 11 o'clock, and then that's going to swish around the UP heading towards the east portion. Some heavier thunderstorms in mostly Schoolcraft County, and then everything just kind of changing to showers for most of that morning into the afternoon. Could get a little heavy up there in Houghton County, but other than that, we should be fairly clear of any heavy lightning or thunderstorms. Okay, tomorrow though, those temperatures very warm. Take a look at your location, and it's going to be very hot over there in Ontonagon with a high of 90 degrees, so anywhere between 80 and 90. Our 7-day outlook for Marquette, increasing clouds tomorrow, and then friends, on Wednesday we'll expect showers, maybe even a thunderstorm, and then we'll dry back up on Friday, but those temperatures cooling down.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We're talking with Michigan State Police about school safety and how parents can be more involved. That conversation is 2 minutes away.
When the sun's out.
Things that get us excited?
Sunscreen.
Who gets excited about sunscreen? Give me that sunscreen! Woo!
The fun's out.
Oh, give me that SPF 30, SPF 50, SPF 70!
On Pictionary.
Pictionary, weekdays at 7 on WZMQ CBS.
Dear humans, I stand here today not for myself, but for every tail wagger, sloppy kisser, and curtain ninja. I stand here for each one of the thousands of dogs and cats killed in shelters each day, asking you to join our cause and help us make sure every best friend has a chance to meet one of their own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge and your help, we can save them all.
IRS, open up.
The IRS is the most feared agency in the country and has the power to seize assets, garnish wages, and even put you in jail for back taxes and unfiled tax returns. Don't be a victim. Call Kick IRS right now and let us kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all. Our powerful team of tax experts will fight hard for you and will not stop until we've resolved your tax problems on your terms. And if you qualify, we may even reduce or eliminate your tax debt altogether. No more sleepless nights wondering when the IRS is going to come after you. Take control of your tax problems today and make the phone call. We have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we offer a 100% written guarantee, so there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. The consultation is free and the phone call is free. So pick up the phone right now and kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all.
Call 800-871-9227. That's 800-871-9227. 800-871-9227.
Catch up with WZMQ 19 News on your schedule. The latest 19 news and weather are available around the clock at WZMQ19.com. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on Insights, with the school year already started for some schools and about to start for the rest, safety is always at the top of every parent's mind. Joining us tonight with more school safety advice is Lieutenant Mark D'Annunzio from Michigan State Police. Thanks for coming in, Mark.
Glad to be here.
So let's first start talking about it. This is an MSP program that existed for a little bit while. It kind of took almost a little break, and now it's back. The OK to Say program.
It did. OK to Say has been around for several years. It's a great program. What it is it's an avenue for people that see something in schools that just don't seem right to report them. They can be anonymous. They can be reported however they want. There's phone calls, there's text messages, there's an email inbox that we monitor. It didn't really go away. It just hadn't come to the forefront until recently when we had the Owasso incident a couple years ago. That really put a spotlight on how important this is. The governor, the legislature really have put a lot of emphasis on the OK to Say program. They've dumped a lot of money into it. We're constantly monitoring it. We follow up on every tip that we get from it. Thank goodness most of those tips end up being nothing, but that's what that is there for, anything that seems just out of the ordinary.
Yeah, so how does that work? Is that something that the students can use, like even on their phones?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a number they can text, there's an email, there's a website. All that stuff is easy to access for a student. They can go right in and they can log whatever that issue is. A teacher can do it, maybe even a parent or somebody outside the school that just thinks there's something wrong inside that school. They can submit a tip and we'll follow up on it.
What is something that maybe a student would see that might concern them, that they would say, okay, maybe I should use the OK to Say app?
Well, you know, the unfortunate thing is what happened in Owasso with somebody going in and having a weapon in school. So if a student believes that somebody is carrying a weapon into school or just sees one of their students is acting out of the ordinary, they can submit that and we're going to look into it right away.
Gotcha. Let's talk about school bus safety. That's always a huge concern for parents with sometimes these cars just zip past the school bus. What are kind of the tips for drivers and even fines if you pass the bus?
Yeah, great question. So bus safety is paramount right now, and the reason is we're not used to seeing the big yellow buses out there right now, and now they're everywhere. So we're not used to maybe giving ourselves a few more minutes on our morning commutes and having to stop for those buses. But the biggest thing with bus safety is awareness. So when you see a bus, automatically think eventually that bus is going to stop somewhere to pick up kids. So if you have that in your mind, that you're always watching that bus, the minute those yellow lights start flashing, you know this bus is going to start slowing down. When those red lights come on, you have to stop behind that bus. There is no passing on either side. If you do, we are going to cite you for that. We are going to start a program here up in Marquette where we're going to have our troopers following buses around as much as we can. It might be in the morning, it might be in the afternoon. We obviously can't follow every bus around. There's just so many of them, but we put a huge emphasis on student safety getting into those buses, and there's nothing more dangerous than those roadways when people are flying around, and if they don't pay attention, we're going to be there to hold you accountable.
Yeah, that's really cool. So kind of like a pilot program just to see how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. Alrighty, and finally, let's talk about social media safety. This has become such a huge topic in the last 5-10 years or so, especially recently here in Marquette. What do kids and parents need to know about online safety?
Well, this is a tough one. Online safety, it seems like the kids are getting younger and younger and they're having access to these devices. You know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, they already have a smartphone in their hand. Parents need to monitor those children when they're on those devices, have them in an open room, see what they're doing, ask to see. Don't let your kid upstairs with this phone or access to the internet. You just never know what they're going to come up to. The world is a crazy place, and unfortunately there are predators out there that try to take victims at any age, and we want to be able to stop that. It's very hard to stop that because it comes from all over the place, all over the country, all over the world, really. And it's just, that's another thing about awareness. Like, the parents have to be aware of what their kids are doing online.
Absolutely. Well, Mark, thank you so much for sharing that insight tonight. We really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Still ahead, a triathlon returns to Dickinson County for the first time since the pandemic. We'll tell you what competitors were most excited about this weekend in Iron Mountain. And later, a Labor Day tradition in Michigan. Just how many people participated in this year's Mackinac Bridge Walk? But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. Community Action Alger Marquette is looking for people to make care packages for seniors. It's going on now through Monday, September 11th. For all the details and for other volunteer opportunities, just head to upersunited.com.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, how this high-tech barge is cleaning up waterways and preventing tons of trash from flowing from our rivers and into the ocean. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Everybody work! Survivors ready. Go!
It's a game of resumes.
In this game, you're looking to make moves.
The game is so volatile.
Psychological turmoil.
Boom.
It's the greatest game in the world.
The biggest season of the greatest game ever played. New season of Survivor, Wednesday, September 27th on CBS.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Summer won't last forever, but during Toyota's national sales event, you can make memories that will.
Come on.
There you go.
Whoa.
Where's my mom? Just be in the moment.
Make some memories in a new best-selling RAV4 or electrified RAV4 hybrid and get APR financing as low as 3.99% plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Toyota, let's go places.
19 News was recently honored with the 2022 Best Newscast Award from the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. It motivates us to work even harder to be your voice in the community. 19 News is all about sharing local activities and events, plus information that leads to understanding, support, and unity. That's the mission of the 19 News team, and we thank you for watching.
19 News, connected to our community. Weeknights on WZMQ 19.
Your one place where everything Caribbean is on One Caribbean Television. Visit our website to subscribe and download our app. Watch One Caribbean Television anytime, anywhere, live or on demand on your TV, phone, tablet, or computer.
Let's reflect on our life in the 906. Jim Koski is here with what he says is the most famous person from the UP. Hey, Jim.
Because the NFL season starts this week, I thought I'd tell you about perhaps the most famous person ever to come out of the UP. And no, it's not Steve Mariucci. Gus Sonnenberg was born in Ewan in 1898 and grew up on a farm just south of Marquette. He was a natural athlete who was such a football star for Marquette that he was given a scholarship to Dartmouth, where he became an All-American. After college, he joined the NFL's Pottsville Maroons and then played for the Detroit Panthers. Like almost every athlete who's played football in Detroit, he had to leave the city to win a championship, which he did with the Providence Steamrollers in 1928. While he was playing in Providence, Gus also began a unique side hustle. He took up professional wrestling. Despite having no background in the sport, he soon became a sensation thanks to his unique move called the flying tackle. In 1929, he defeated Ed the Strangler Lewis for the American Wrestling Association's World Championship, a title he held on and off for the next decade. Now, outside of the ring, Gus was a celebrity with a few problems. He was acquitted of a drunk driving charge in a 1932 accident that killed a Massachusetts police officer. The next year, he suffered a heart attack during a short marriage to actress Judith Allen, who then left him for Gary Cooper. Through it all, Gus kept wrestling, winning and losing titles until he joined the Navy in 1942. Now, along with his friend, boxer Gene Tunney, Gus taught incoming sailors the art of hand-to-hand combat. It was during these sessions that he picked up what the mining journal first called a tropical disease, although it was later diagnosed as leukemia. He died in 1944 at the age of 46 and was buried in a simple grave in Park Cemetery. Walking past that grave, you'd probably never realize that you're looking at the final resting place of someone who may have been the most famous person ever to call the UP home, Gus Sonnenberg. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
Thank you very much, Jim. A triathlon event is back in Dickinson County for the first time since the pandemic. WZMQ's Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle shares what some of the athletes are most excited about.
The UP Northwoods Triathlon featured various events organized by the Northern Lights YMCA, bringing in 40 participants, including 9 local kids. I interviewed some medalists, including 3 youth competitors. The first place medalist says the best part about his race was hearing his family cheering him on.
And now I'm excited to see my daughter get to do the kids one. I'm just as excited for that. So it's good to be back and see the triathlon back here in Iron Mountain.
Krasnarich's daughter shares her favorite part of her race.
The bike, because it was the easiest part.
Other youth participants who regularly train at the YMCA preferred to be in the water.
The swimming. It was kind of fun though.
Well, the water was very freezing. Not as cold as Lake Superior or Teal Lake. Just all it did was just make me faster.
And an experienced triathlete says the course is a must-try for competitors.
I've done triathlons in 31 different cities, and then this is my 57th triathlon, and I've done them in 5 different states. And this was the best bike course that I have ever done in my life. The most scenic, the most challenging, up and down hills and around curves and everything, and around this beautiful Lake Antoine, gorgeous scenery.
Later this month, Pine Grove Country Club is hosting Corks and Forks for an evening of wine tasting to benefit local YMCA programs. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
And I'll bet the lake felt really nice this weekend. Our heat wave continues for a little while longer. Ariane lets us know when it cools down next.
Attention campers. A message from everyone's favorite camp counselor, Josh Dumel.
Ever wanted to reunite with your best friends and recapture the you used to be?
To be with your friends in this setting, it's everything.
With $200,000 on the line, only the bestest of friends will make it to the end.
Let's go win this $200,000.
Game on!
Buddy Games with Josh Dumel. New series Thursday, September 14th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Get 11% off your next painting project at Menards. Improve your home's curb appeal with Ultra Exterior Paint. It's a paint and primer in one that resists cracking and peeling to maintain appearance. A gallon starts at $25.79 after rebate. Paramount Exterior Paint and Primer is designed to exceed your performance expectations. The most advanced protection you can get in true one-coat coverage. Right now, a gallon of flat is $47.96 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Lily Simmons. Watch my reports from Escanaba and Delta County only on WZMQ 19 News.
WZMQ 19 News, live and local news, first warning weather, exclusive interviews. Named Best Newscast by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. Make the switch to WZMQ 19 News. Mitchell Reif reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
First Bank, where it's all about people.
If you think it's humid out there today, we've got more humidity expected tomorrow, and then we're going to drop down drastically on Wednesday and Thursday, expecting cooler temperatures as well as some showers and possible thunderstorms. But for tomorrow, Marquette friends that are starting school will expect about 73 in the morning, increasing clouds into the afternoon with a high, though, of 88. It's a great day for ice cream. As always, our 7-day outlook for Escanaba, possible showers and thunderstorms on their Wednesday, and temperatures drop on Thursday.
Finally tonight, thousands of footsteps were taken on the Mackinac Bridge this morning for the 65th annual Labor Day Mackinac Bridge Walk. Governor Whitmer led the way starting at 7 a.m. The Mackinac Bridge Authority says more than 35,000 people came out to celebrate today. That's it for now. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central.